face of Red Dead Redemption 2, it has been nice to play and think about simpler games and smaller games and tighter games. And so I thought today, why not we take a break from all the big ones, all the huge releases. We'll play some Super Nintendo titles, and we'll check out some gameplay off of the Super NT. So this is streaming right from this device right now. This is one of the built-in games. This is Super Turrican Director's Cut, developed by Factor 5, who went on to do... well, they did the Super Star Wars through Jedi games, and they did Rogue Squadron for the N64, and Lair for the PlayStation 3, and then that was about it. Lair did not that well. It was kind of a tale of sort of overreaching a little bit too much and learning some tough lessons. Good developers over there, though. Okay, so we're playing Super Turrican, and this is kind of a run, gun, and shoot kind of experience. So let's see. Let's see how I do. And it's actually really slick going off of in terms of timing. It seems fine off the TV and on the monitor. I guess it's not dealing with lots of complex programming and number crunching.
Hi, everyone.
Like some of the 3D games. Hello, Mr. Blake.
So you said this is an original Super Nintendo game, or?
Yep.
So this isn't like a game they made for this device?
No. There are new Super Nintendo games, though, and apparently the Analogue Super NT will play the new ones, the ones that are still being made to this day, like which not all of the emulators will.
That one that Devolver just published?
Yeah, probably.
So, but this is running on the device itself?
Yes.
This isn't a cartridge that you just put in?
No, they have two. They have the two Super Turrican games built right in. That was terrible. I'm jumping into the wind and falling. Oh, and I'm getting zapped by lightning. Okay. Wah!
Hey guys, again, let me know if the audio is good, especially when we switch games, because one game might be louder than the other.
Oh, right. We might be switching games pretty quick here because I'm terrible. Oh,
do you want me to see? I want to see. Let me see.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Hey, Timberwolf, how you doing? What did you think of the PS1 Mini 20 game list? I wonder if they have plans to release some of their other titles that weren't included. I was okay. I talked a little bit about the PS1, the Mini. I think it's a cool console. I like that it comes with two controllers. It's weird that it doesn't have the dual analog controllers. That would have kind of future-proofed that device a little bit. There's some great titles in there for sure. I like that it's not just first-party, that there's a nice collection of good third-party titles, which kind of sings and kind of speaks to the alliances that Sony has been smartly making since they started the PlayStation.
That sucked. This game's hard.
It's tough, right?
Super Nintendo games are hard.
But what I said in the comments yesterday is I have all those PlayStation 1 discs, and it's really hard for me to get super excited about them because I have consoles that will play those PS1 discs. I have all those saved games on memory cards and stuff too, which is crazy. So I mean, I dig it, and I like that people that maybe the PlayStation 1 was the first machine and then they sold everything and they get to go back to it. I like that retro kind of vibe, but I don't know, the Super Nintendo, that's why I bought this. This machine just means so much more to me than the PlayStation 1 does.
The PlayStation Classic, I think, is a bit too expensive because it's $130 in Canada, plus tax. So that's $150 basically, or $160.
Well, it would cost a lot of money to get all those games on disc, though.
Yeah, but you're looking at basically $15 per game.
No, you're looking at $5 per game.
No, because there's 20 games, right?
Yeah.
So it's like $7 a game.
Maybe less than $6.
Okay, but that's still a lot of money when you think of like Mr. Driller, right?
Yes.
Ask yourself,
you got to hate on for Mr. Driller.
Would you? But because it's like a little puzzle game. Would you pay $7 to buy Mr. Driller on your phone?
No.
Probably not.
Oh, you know what? I have to stop and turn that back on. So we probably are going to create some havoc with HDMI.
Let me go check.
Cool. All right, well, we'll find out right here. I love this boot up sequence too. This is the front menu, so it seems okay. It sounds okay in my. Let us know if anything goes crazy with this. What's your favorite RPG on SNES? It's Final Fantasy III. Okay, let's play.
I think it's fine. Let's start a game and let me see.
Let's run this cartridge. This is The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. Here we go. Yeah, right. There's a good question right there. Just download them or a response to the PlayStation 1 stuff. Just download them to the Vita. That's the other thing is that Sony did a pretty good job at giving people access to a lot of those games on the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3 and the Vita.
Yeah, a lot of them are way too recent.
And they don't feel as, I don't know, classic
as
something like this.
A game that was published in the year 2000 or 1999. Is that really a classic?
Well, most of them are 1995, 96. Most of them are D-pad games, so it's been a long time. But they've just been iterating on 3D, Secret of Mana for VR Grid. I haven't been reading any of these. So hello, everybody. Audrey on Leon, VR Grid, E-Tank 2, Jordan Cunningham, Clayton Blair. Blake's going to go through this right now. If there's any questions or comments.
We had a super chat from Stephen Cleary.
Forgot about Just Cause. Still deep into Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes, Steven, I'm exactly this. I
was writing that news story.
I just stole a Stagecoach just before we went live on this.
I was writing that news story and I was like, oh yeah, Just Cause is coming out this year.
Yeah.
Because it feels like we've already had our game for lunch.
Kind of, right? Yeah, we've had a lot of big ones. It's time to start thinking about the Rocket and Reagan Awards.
Is that the last big game of this year? I guess Smash.
Smash is, yeah. It's huge.
Did you see this question from Jordan Cunningham? What's your favorite RPG on the Super Nintendo?
Yep, I said Final Fantasy 3.
Mine is Half-Life 2.
I just remembered when there was like an opera singing moment in Final Fantasy 3, and I remember that feeling when I played it for the first time as a younger gamer, and it was just like, wow, games are really different now. They're really changing, and the stories are getting really deep and cool.
Vic, do you remember in the 90s when Disney was like 1/10 the size of what they are today?
I know, right?
Do you remember when they had to like lie about how much their movies made so that they wouldn't, so that their board of directors wouldn't get voted
No,
on?
Is that true?
That was the thing they did in like the late 90s.
Wow, I don't remember that.
Do you remember that movie Treasure Planet?
Yeah.
They lied about how much it made opening weekend.
No way.
Yeah. Because it failed miserably. And
wow. So I bought this game in Toronto. I've never played it. I don't think I've ever played this game. I had Castle of Illusion on the Sega Genesis, and I loved it.
What were your favorite Super Nintendo games in general?
Zelda. I loved Smash TV. Pilot Wings was really rad.
Mario World's an obvious one.
Yeah, Mario World.
Do you remember a game called...
I love Batman Returns, even though it's kind of a cheesy beat 'em up. I don't know what just happened there, but...
Do you remember a game called Arrow the Acrobat?
Yeah, absolutely.
That game was real. I love that game.
Yeah, I almost picked that up. David Siller is the creator of that, and he worked on Maximo. And he always wanted to bring Arrow the Acrobat back, and David's a wonderful guy.
I wonder if this thing would play Mario Paint.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. Oh,
but
Earthbound is cool.
How would you get the mouse and keyboard into it?
Yeah, honestly, I want to hear... If you're a Super Nintendo fan, I want to hear your top 10 because I want to go through my library, and I want to get like...
You want a recommendation of games to buy?
Yeah, I want to get because I have the Super Nintendo Mini. I'm not going to buy those games, but I want to pick up some games that I don't have or I might have missed. So give me your top 5 or your top 10 Super Nintendo games that are maybe not on the SNES Classic, or they're kind of like forgotten treasures, or they mean something to you. In the comments below or in the chat right now, I'd love to hear that because I want to get some good ideas for that.
SamIM111, what is your comments on, or your thoughts on the lack of coverage for The Quiet Man? What is The Quiet Man?
I think it's a new Square game or something, and I honestly haven't been able to pay too much attention to it myself. I got the trailer or the press release that it's out today.
So it's not like based on the John Wayne movie?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. This is a video game? How come I've never heard of this video game?
Honestly, I think if we're not hearing about stuff, it's just because we're inundated with so many things. And it's really weird that I'm playing an old Super Nintendo game, but sometimes you just need a break from all the new, you know what I'm saying?
When does this game come out? Oh my god, it came out today.
Yeah, it just launched today.
I've never even heard of this game.
Okay.
This is literally the first time I'm hearing about it.
Okay, so I died. So I'm gonna move on. I want to show you guys a little Donkey Kong right here.
And I mean, Square Enix, they're a pretty big company. Like, if they wanted to advertise something, they would have by now.
They're huge.
So there must be some reason why they're not. Okay, so we're putting the Donkey Kong cartridge into the Super Nintendo TV or the Game Boy TV into this thing, and then that's amazing. What a world we live in.
In 2018 through HDMI. I love this whole analog thing. It's so Blade Runner, man. I love it. There's a Blade Runner quality to this, like ancient tech running through high tech machines. It's just cool. Okay, so with this one, you have to go into the settings, and you have to change the audio so that it will cartridge audio enable, and then you go back.
Let me check to make sure this doesn't screw up.
I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
I'm sure it's fine too, but I just want to double check.
Okay, run the cartridge, and now we're gonna go back to 1994 on a Game Boy. And I gotta tell you, when this thing is blown up on a huge TV and you're looking at Game Boy sprites on a massive television, it's surreal. It's like somebody put the Game Boy and went wah, right in front of your eyeballs, and it looks great. It really shows the genius and the talent of these developers. They were able to kind of see the world as pixels and just build incredible things, man. Like, take us to these amazing destinations. It's so cool. Okay, are we starting at stage 1? Okay, might as well. Here we go. Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Parodius, Artec. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, no. Okay.
I never had this game on the Game Boy.
Oh, it's so good.
I had
Scott did a feature on his blog or on his website where he played a level every day, because there's 100 levels in this game.
Of this game?
Yeah, it's a game where you think, oh, it's just like the arcade Donkey Kong, right? It kind of feels like that, and then it just expands and expands and expands. And it's so smart.
I remember like renting Game Boy games.
Yeah.
Do you remember renting video games?
Oh yeah, totally.
From like Blockbuster Video?
Well, I remember the Indiana Jones game. I didn't get that hat. I gotta go get that hat. I can't leave that hat alone.
You already have a hat on though.
Oh! Oh! I'm alive. Oh! So good.
Any update on the status of Underworld Ascendant? Isn't that out already? Wasn't that
No,
in
comes
like...
comes out in November.
Because we interviewed them.
Yeah, it comes out very soon. Joe Fielder's
November 15th.
Facebook buddy, and he's getting very hyped.
We both played it a little bit at a pre-E3
cool.
thing. It was
Yeah.
really cool. I like the emerging gameplay.
Yep.
Developer, I remember the developer saying how if you have a door that's locked, you can go find the key, or you could just burn the door down. I thought, oh, that's cool. I can dig that. I like burning things down.
Mm-hmm.
In video games, anyway.
This is so good. I bet you we're the only people on YouTube playing Donkey Kong on the Game Boy right now.
Okay, so Tyler Fisher's top games: Donkey Kong Country, Mario RPG, Stunt Race FX, Killer Instinct Gold, Mortal Kombat.
Okay, yeah, I have Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 on the Super
A
Nintendo.
lot of people are saying Mortal Kombat and pointing out how it was censored. Like there was no.
The first one was, yeah.
Super Mario All Stars, that was a good one.
Yep,
Because
I
that's
have
like
that.
3 different games.
Yeah.
Uniracers, Super Punch Out,
Uniracers, oh my god, I do have that, and I have Super Punch Out.
Dr. Mario.
A lot of the big
Was there a
ones
Dr. Mario
I
on the
have.
Super- Was there a Dr. Mario?
Yep, Dr. Mario and Tetris.
Blackthorn, Rockin' Racing.
Yeah, Blackthorn, that's one that I want. I was looking for that one in Toronto. I couldn't find it.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
That's a good one.
Final Fantasy
I remember
3.
Julie Stouffer, that was one of her favorite games.
Oh, there's a good one. Top Gear 2. Yeah, those Top Gear games are really good.
Top Gear 2.
Those were like racing games that
Yeah.
were from Konami.
But won't those feel so dated now?
Uh,
I would like to get the,
same as like F-Zero.
you know, was there a Super Nintendo RC Pro-Am?
I'm not sure.
Those are rare games. Those were amazing.
Yeah, Top Gear is a game my sister and I used to play.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It was fun.
Those are very inexpensive in the collector market.
Yeah, this was the cover. I remember this cover.
I've got oil here, man. Burning oil.
Yeah, they did the F-Zero thing with like the faux 3D.
They do the F-Zero? Okay.
Yeah, where it's like faux 3D as the things are coming by.
I can only deal with those for, because racing games, they make those on every new platform to show streaming technology. They're like tech examples,
Tech demos,
yeah, tech demos in a way. Like they show the capabilities of the hardware. Racing is one of the, like if you notice in every hardware generation, racing is one of the first genres that's really well represented, because that's developers saying, okay, well, let's see how the console will handle streaming technology to us.
Here's the VR grid: Secret of Mana,
Secret
Chrono
of Mana,
Trigger,
yeah.
Metal Marines.
Okay, there's a good one.
Mega Man X2.
Okay.
Blackthorn.
I won't be getting any Mega Man X2. I've got that on the Switch, and like if I've got it on the Super Nintendo Mini, it's got to be a little bit kind of obscure. I think is the best way to do it.
But Mega Man, if you get it, it will run better on the Super Nintendo. It'll be more authentic.
Sure.
If you're one of those hardcore Mega Man people.
Yeah.
But those people already, like you said, have the CRT monitor.
Yeah, and I'm never gonna go back to. I mean, I have one. I never turn it on. I honestly would love a Jaguar Mini. I'm probably the only person in the world that would like a Jaguar Mini. But I would like to play some of those weird games, or a 3DO Mini. I mean, they made a Commodore 64 Mini. Why wouldn't they make a 3DO Mini? And that Neo Geo one too. I've got to get that thing when that comes out.
Out of This World? What was that?
That's a cool
sounds
game.
familiar. What game was that?
It's kind of a what's it called? Oops. It's like flashback. It's rotoscope technology, a little bit like Prince of Persia.
Oh, I had this on the PC.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar. Super Punch-Out, Super Metroid, Pilot Wings, Turtles in Time. Yeah, the Turtles
in
games.
Time. Yeah, that would be fun. My friends at City TV in Vancouver dressed as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they had their makeup done by John Casablancas or something, and they took some pictures yesterday. It was incredible.
Final Fight.
Final Fight, yeah.
Ninja Warriors.
I won't get Final Fight because that Switch beat 'em up compilation just had Final Fight and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, Clay Fighters.
No.
Was that bad? Wasn't it?
Yeah, not my thing.
Oh, SimCity for the Super Nintendo was kind of cool.
That was cool. That was
that one.
Yep, totally.
Road Rash.
I'd like to play that again.
Street Fighter 2, but again, that's another one you can play
just
on
have the
thing.
Yeah, I have the collections.
Turtles in Time again, Tetris and Dr. Mario, Royal Rumble.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mode 7. Mode 7's the name of the graphics where they do the like F-Zero. Oh, it looked 3D, but it wasn't. Is that what that was called? The Mode 7 graphics?
Yep.
It had a name, right? Was it Mode 7?
Yep. Mode 7 scaling.
Am I crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay. Wesley West is saying, what about a Philips CDI Mini? Oh, Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I'd like to get that. Yeah, I saw that in Toronto. Some of those games, man, they're like $70 or $100.
Yeah, because people want them.
Yeah.
Super Battletoads.
Especially oh, that'd be good. Oh, no. Watch out for the electrics. Get up there. Woo! You feel like such an awesome champion when you do these levels.
Seeing a lot of Super Mario, or a lot of Final Fantasy 3s.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 3 is amazing. It's on the Super Nintendo Mini, though.
Is
I have it on my phone. Well, they call it Final Fantasy 6, because that it really was 6. I have it on my iPhone as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Buster Busts Loose. Kirbys Dream Course. Lost Vikings
I love
1
Kirbys
and 2.
Dream Course. I have that.
Sunset Riders.
I've got Lost Vikings 1. I don't have 2. 2 is supposed to be a lot harder.
Wild Guns and Zool. What the hell is Zool?
That
Bad
was
guy from Ghostbusters?
No, it's ZOOL. I remember that game, kind of like an Alien Mario type thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this. I recognize the cover. Ooh. Yeah, my big one would be Arrow the Acrobat. I love that
I saw
game.
that. I saw 1 and 2, and I almost picked those up. Ah! Squished. So good. This is a Game Boy game. So good.
A lot of people are saying Kirby games.
Yeah, Kirby rocks.
There's like a million Kirby games.
Kirby rocks, man. He's the literally and figuratively the most malleable character in video games. Okay, Smash TV. This is a genius title from Eugene Jarvis.
We didn't mention it in the rundown, but the story mode in Smash Brothers Ultimate, you play as Kirby.
Cool.
And it's like Kirby trying to, all the characters have died basically, and Kirby's trying to like bring them back to life somehow.
I freaking love that. Every time you turn it on, it's a different kind of render.
Oh yeah, I was looking on their YouTube channel. They had a bunch of the logos are made by different people.
Oh, so cool.
One of them was made by Phil Fish, the Fez guy.
No way.
Yeah, and I think a few of the other ones might have been made by other prominent graphic artist people.
So you can change the resolution and everything, and the scan lines and all of that stuff. I just like the default, the way that they have it. So let's run this. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This would be so good now. Like if they would redo this exact game, yep, longer with a little bit more storytelling. But the premise is amazing. It's basically Running Man.
It's Running Man.
You know, and just a genius game. Dual stick analog shooter, plays great on this thing.
You know what they could do, Vic?
Yeah.
Give it a multiplayer mode where you have 100 people.
Yeah.
And it's a battle royale.
Yeah, on here, 1 person, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player, up to 100.
Because you could make like a Running Man game and have it be a battle royale.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah. No, I remember this game. My wife and I, she was my girlfriend at the time. We became obsessed with this game, and we played it together all the time, and got super competitive racing for the prizes and all that stuff. It's basically a post-apocalyptic game show, and it's kill or be killed, and there's all these mutants that come out after you, and you gotta blast them.
It's
so violent.
Is it weird playing this without twin sticks, though?
No, the controls were excellent on the Super Nintendo, and they're excellent on this 8-bit DOE controller as well. Just feels like I'm going back in time to play this again. I was so addicted to this thing.
Earthworm Jim 2.
Yes, that's a good call.
That's a must-get.
Yeah.
It's kind of shocking that wasn't on the SNES Classic.
The Earthworm Jim stuff?
Yeah.
The rights are all screwed up. There's a lot of different people involved.
Super Mario RPG, that was on the Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure between the Super NT and the SNES Mini, if I have about 50 or 60 Super Nintendo games that run off HDMI and run well, that's good. I'm good. You know, because I do love playing these games. I do love going back to them. They're really fun. And honestly, I don't know how much I would go back to the PlayStation 1 games. Like, I think I would play them and appreciate them. Like Jumping Flash, I'm actually curious to see that again. It's been a long time. But they wouldn't have the charm and the resonance of these titles, you know?
Someone mentioned Maximum Carnage.
Oh yeah, I had
game.
that in my hand. I almost bought that. I don't think I ever owned that game. Because remember, as the Super Nintendo was really taken off in the 90s, in the early 90s, the buzz around PlayStation was coming, and that's about when I started to think, you know, I could do something with this video game industry. There's got to be a place for me to come up with something, and I started to think about different ideas, and the show was what I clicked on, and so I started to think next gen, you know, in my mind. And I was really psyched about all these CD-ROM systems coming.
It's kind of surprising that they made Mortal Kombat 2 be censored, but this isn't censored.
Mortal Kombat 1 was censored.
Sort of Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, and the sales suffered because of it. Everybody thought that Nintendo were a bunch of wussies. And so they said, oh, okay, blood's back on for Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, because look at these guys, they're just exploding in a pile of goo.
Oh, I know.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But also Mortal Kombat might have been a lot of political pressure too at the time.
It didn't fit with what Nintendo was presenting as its image at the time with their games. But the fact that they kind of turned the corner on that kind of speaks to the. I mean, they like money over there, but also that their consoles can be, have lots of choice on them as well, you know.
Paul Adamson says that controversy sold Genesis consoles.
Absolutely, it did.
And then Sega had their own controversy with Night Trap.
And I was a guy, I liked the Genesis a lot. It was an amazing machine, and I have great fond memories of a lot of games on there. But when I heard the stereo sound in ActRaiser, that's one that I gotta get. I don't think I had that cartridge. I can't find it. But when I heard the stereo audio in I think ActRaiser's on the Mini, isn't it? I haven't gone back to play it.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, ActRaiser was amazing. But when I heard the audio, the stereo audio, I was like, oh my god, this machine is amazing. It's so much slicker. And I actually preferred playing Mortal Kombat, because I had it on both. I preferred playing Mortal Kombat on the SNES to the Genesis.
You don't have a second controller, do you?
There might be one on you want to join, don't you?
Yeah.
There might be one right over there, actually. I was looking for one.
I don't see it. Yeah, this, I was watching a documentary about, speaking of audio, about how Rare made the audio for Donkey Kong Country,
Yeah.
the first one, and how they had to do all these weird, clever tricks to get the audio to sort of swell the way it does, to sound like it's orchestral.
Oh, cool.
It was really interesting, the technical, like, and when they showed it to Nintendo, Nintendo was shocked at, like, they were like, how did you do this? How did you get this kind of audio to run
That's awesome.
on the Super Nintendo?
That's awesome.
And they showed the
Yeah, Rare is an amazing company. God,
really smart.
so many good titles there. Oh, it's one of my favorite games of all time, Smash TV.
Sam I am 111. Question: what are some of your favorite games that are stuck in the arcade that you wish would make it to a home release? You know, I was walking by an arcade in Metrotown in Burnaby the other day, and I was shocked because I remembered, like, Nintendo has a lot of VR arcade games in Japan.
Right.
They have like a Mario Kart VR game
Yes.
in Japanese arcades, and I was thinking, like, they should release those in the home.
I think they're coming.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're coming. It's just, you know, they want to keep everybody on their home consoles. Okay, I'm gonna end this show with little Batman Returns.
Do
How
it.
does that sound? Okay, cool. That comes out.
Don't forget to blow on the cartridge. Oh, actually, you're not supposed to do that. I was kidding.
It's okay.
It's one of those things everyone did, but you're actually not supposed to do it. It's bad for your.
Because I did buy that Genesis cartridge machine too, which we haven't gone back to. A lot of new stuff keeps on coming out. That's the thing.
Jordan Cunningham question for me: how is the food at Just Cause 4? Well, we haven't. That's next week, and I will let you know. Remember when Konami made
We should
games?
do a first impressions on the game and then and first impressions on the food.
I was thinking that could be a segment.
Yeah, for
last
sure.
Time we were at E3. But no, when we went to it at E3, they didn't have any food.
Right.
Like, they had it behind closed doors thing at their booth, but there was no food. So 0 out of 10. No food. This sucks.
Michael Keaton. Woo!
Remember Michael Keaton?
Oh, he's great.
Oh, look at that! Look at that mode 7.
That's amazing, right? You actually get to that, but you don't play that right now. I think right at the beginning, it's just beat 'em up. I think you do, right? I think there's a mode 7 racing thing.
Was there? I don't remember that.
I think there is.
Do you remember the
So good.
the Batman
Look
Forever
at this.
game?
It's so good.
The
Yep.
Batman Forever game was okay
I have Batman Forever.
for the Super Nintendo, like the Val Kilmer one.
Yeah. He was a solid Batman.
Yeah, he's okay. He wasn't terrible. The movie sucked. That's not his fault.
I liked some stuff in there. I thought Jim Carrey as the Riddler was good, and I liked Chris O'Donnell as Robin.
Yeah, they still had a little bit
And
of the
Kilmer
darkness.
and Nicole Kidman was great as
But you
Vicky
can
Vale.
see when you watch it how it's
Or
becoming.
she wasn't Vicky Vale.
uh,
Who was Nicole Kidman?
Dr. Oh, it's like Dr. Cardigan or something like
Yeah,
that.
she was good.
It's like
I mean, in my
Dr.
mind's eye, it
Branch-
was. Like, it's
Branch
probably,
Davidian or
it's
something.
probably brutal to watch now.
It's gonna bug me because I'm gonna. I for some reason I kind of know what her name was in that, but let me.
I will say that Batman Returns is one of the best Batman movies.
Dr. Chase Meridian.
Chase Meridian.
I was close with the vowels.
Yeah,
Dr. Branch
Batman
Davidian.
Returns is, I think, an even better. I mean, Batman's amazing because it was the first time with Keaton and Jack Nicholson was in there, and there's a lot to love in the first one. But the second one with Michelle Pfeiffer, the ultimate Catwoman.
She's great as Catwoman,
And
but
DeVito was
it's
perfect
The
as-
movie is too.
No, come on. Christopher Walken is in that thing.
I will say though,
It's great. Great movie.
I think I've told you this. Batman Returns has my all-time favorite movie line ever.
What's that?
Out of any movie, it's near the end. Christopher Walken goes, "Selena Kyle, you're fired." And then he looks at Bruce Wayne as Batman because he just pulled his mask off, and he goes, "And Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?" That's
Oh,
my-
really?
Yeah. And then Michelle Pfeiffer goes, "Because he is Batman." But Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up as Batman, is my favorite movie line ever.
Okay, I did not know that.
For some reason, I love that
Bruce
line more.
Wayne, why?
And Bruce Wayne,
Are
why are you dressed up like Batman?
Dressed up as Batman. This is great.
It's my all-time favorite movie line.
Yeah, that movie was dope.
It's okay.
I love that freaking movie.
It's like the studio's like, okay, no, we have to have more toys, so you have to throw more stuff in.
No, too cynical, my friend.
No.
You can see
it coming. You can see it
art.
coming apart at the seams.
I think
trying
you
to
need
fill too much.
You need like a Michelle Pfeiffer education again, my friend. She was perfect.
No, I watched the movie recently.
Perfect.
I like all the elements unto themselves, but
yes.
Trying to cram it all into one movie, it feels like it comes apart at the seams a bit.
Oh, okay.
It feels like too much.
Got a little
like
Spider-Man 3 on us?
Yes, it feels like it's too much. Like they maybe didn't need to have two villains.
They did make good games for Batman Returns, though. There was this game and the Lynx game, the Atari Lynx game. I love that game as well. That's what I would like, a Lynx Mini. Collecting all of that. I honestly would love machines that could plug in through HDMI to play a lot of the best PSP games and a lot of the best Vita games and a lot of the best Lynx games. Game Gear. I guess that Sega one will, no, it won't. It doesn't play the Analogue Sega doesn't play Game Gear. It plays Master System.
QECRC 420. Know what he's smoking up.
Okay.
Says I feel like most of the American devs gave the Genesis a bad name because I guess most American devs made crappy games for the Genesis. The exception being Earthworm Jim and Aladdin.
I love that Sega Genesis collection that had what was it, 50 games for $30 or something.
But those are mostly Japanese games, right?
I mean, it was from all over the world. It was very global, but it was great, and there were lots of games I had never played. So
Shrek.
They were kind of
that's
yeah. Christopher Walken.
Like there didn't need to be two main villains in this movie. They really didn't. And then they throw in a third one with Christopher Walken.
No, because Catwoman's a sympathetic villain.
Yeah, sure, but
And honestly, neither one of them holds a candle to the Joker.
It's too much movie. It's too much movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a good movie, but it's too much. It's too much stuff thrown in there.
Little known fact, I was on the set of Batman Returns.
Oh, yeah?
I was at Warner Brothers. They were filming in Gotham City, and the Batmobile was parked on the night that I was able to watch some of the sequence. It was stunt stuff that they were working on, and it was parked, and inside the Batmobile was the cowl, and no one was around me. And the thought of like reaching into the Batmobile and taking a cowl was like in my mind, but I know like Canadian boy arrested on the set of Batman Returns trying to steal the cowl. What kind of a jerk would do that?
You could have just put it on and taken a quick selfie.
They didn't have selfies then.
Oh, okay. I wasn't born yet, so I don't know.
It was a long time ago.
But I remember this scene in the movie.
There's Catwoman, Selena, right? Isn't it?
No, that's yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's Selena Kyle.
Because that's right. Because that's the taser, and then
Yeah.
she gets the taser, and then she sticks it in Christopher Walken's mouth.
Yeah. No! Look at Michelle Pfeiffer, the best.
Mercurio Ruiz says Thanos is in Smash. He killed all the Nintendo characters. Oh, he's making a joke.
Yeah.
Because that's the story mode is all the characters are dead and Kirby has to accept Kirby and he has to go save them. Because Masahiro Sakurai, the Smash guy, he invented Kirby, right?
Did he?
I think so, didn't he?
Well, he was worked with HAL Lab, and HAL Lab has had a huge part in the Smash games. I don't know if they're working on this new one though.
Yeah, because he created Kirby, right?
Oh, if he did.
Yeah, he created Kirby and the Smash Brothers game. So yeah, like obviously he's gonna favor Kirby.
Oh man, the guy's a genius.
He
Just
seems
went
really
up
young
in my estimation.
He must have made Kirby when he's like 5 years old. I don't know.
I interviewed him. I did not know that. I interviewed him for Metal Gear. He's in our Metal Gear Solid 4 documentary talking about Kojima.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Nice guy. I did not know he invented Kirby too. Kirby is underrated always. Amazing games.
Paul Adamson says, fun story, Sean Young really wanted to play Catwoman.
Oh yeah.
She made her own costume and hounded Tim Burton.
And they thought she was crazy. That pretty much ended her career, I think. Not too many people were eager to hire her after she was on the set all the time, or on the lot dressed as Catwoman. Hire me!
Sam I Am has a question.
Yes.
What are some obscure gaming peripheral tidbits that you know? Do you know about the Dreamcast fishing controller working as a motion controller for Virtua Tennis?
If I remember that.
That makes me wonder how many peripherals would work with this thing.
I think there's a like a documentary or a show on how many gaming tidbits I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what was that? What was that big gun peripheral thing they had for the Super Nintendo? Do you remember that big, like,
the
shoulder-mounted, the scope? Yeah, the Super Scope.
Super Scope, yeah.
Would that work with this thing? I asked earlier about the Mario Paint mouse and keyboard. Would the mouse and keyboard work for this?
It didn't have a keyboard, it just had a mouse and
mouse pad. Yeah, mouse and mouse pad, yeah.
No, but it would work with the new iPad Pro, which is the weirdest thing. No, it doesn't.
What? I'm sure somebody out there has made an adapter for the Mario Paint mouse to get it working with more modern systems.
Yeah.
I liked Mario Paint. I got it. I had it on my Super Nintendo.
Somebody check on YouTube to see how many streams of Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo are happening right now. Okay, so
at least one.
I want to know.
This doesn't really look like the Batman in the movie.
Sure he does.
Not really. I feel like he wasn't that muscular.
It's a Super Nintendo. Did you know that?
But I'm talking because you can make an approximation of what he looks like. He's not that. He looks more black in the movie.
Yeah.
They added more highlights to him, which I guess to make him look better. But
do you want to email the development team?
It feels like he's bigger.
Okay.
It feels like his arms and everything are like butch, like more muscular.
Well,
and Keaton was more.
It's
he
a
wasn't
video
that
game.
big.
It's a video game.
They should have made him a bit more narrow.
I'm digging it. Man, I would like to play an Arkham Asylum game in 16-bit style, or an Arkham City.
Right here.
But it would, like, with the story and everything, all the characters. Ah!
Jordan Cunningham says, "I felt like
this
Sean
stun
Young,
gun guy is killing me."
I felt like Sean Young looked so
hard.
fake on Blade Runner 2049, but I like that they fit the story.
Fit her in, yeah, for sure.
She did look a little cartoonish in that.
Okay, that was too hard. What time is it? Do we have time for one more? Yes, we do. We're gonna play.
What else?
I want to play a little.
What else you got?
That's all I brought here. I'm gonna play some more. Oh, you know what? I'll play Super Turrican 2. That's the only other game we didn't check out. So let's take a look at that. Yeah.
What is Super Turrican 2?
I'm the Wesley West. I'm the only one streaming it. 2018, people! Woo! Okay, we're gonna play Super Turrican 2.
Oh, Tyler Fisher's
also
asking.
from Factor 5.
Right before we went live, I saw this story. I don't know if you saw it yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it the rundown tomorrow. Ewan McGregor was just cast as Black Mask.
Great.
In Birds of Prey.
Awesome. Kind of a weird one for him.
Yeah. I guess he figures Obi-Wan's not happening.
It's kind of a weird one for him.
Yeah.
He's not a menacing dude. I mean, he's an excellent actor.
I can see him menacing. I think of like Train Spotting.
I would like to see him as an older Oliver Queen.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
He would be great in that.
But, you know, he could play... He's never played a villain, I guess. No, he was in that Nicole Kidman movie where he's a psycho.
Yeah.
But no, he...
I love that dude, though. He's
think
an
of him in
amazing
Train
actor.
Spotting, the first one.
Yeah.
Where he's all, like, strung out and crazy.
Yeah.
He could play the Joker, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's super talented. I think he's always fun to watch. Every movie I've seen him in.
Isn't this the one we started with?
This is 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you fell in a hole.
It's very much like Super Star Wars.
You fell in a Sarlacc hole.
Yeah. Yeah, the first hole that I found, it fell into it. This is good. There's a lot of craziness going on. Oh, I know which games. I need to get some Super R-Type and some cool space shooter type games.
You should get Super Star Wars.
I have that. I have Empire. I thought I had Jedi. I can't find my Jedi cartridge. Almost bought Jedi.
Sam, I am. Question, have you checked out Marble It Up?
No. Like, it's sort of like Monkey Ball, I've heard. Have not. Been playing a little game called Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's a very little game.
Takes all my time.
Oh, here's Emilio Lopez has a good bit of information for us. All Super Nintendo peripherals work on the NT, except the Super Scope.
Okay.
Because light guns don't work with the current.
Oh, with HDMI, with right.
but all the apparently the
Flat
Mario.
displays.
If you get that little adapter thing, I guess the Mario Paint mouse would work.
Oh, cool.
Because it was
This
the
game's
same
awesome.
little. It was
Look
the
at
same
this
connector.
Moon Patrol.
Look at that.
Love it.
Pretty cool.
Favorite game of all time, right here. This is awesome.
Red Dead what?
Woo! Oh, Factor 5 is so damn good. Oh, rest in peace, Factor 5.
VR Grid has a question.
Oh, I guess if you go off the screen, you're dead. Okay.
Vic, VR Grid has a question for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what question he's going to ask?
When
are you playing Creed?
Yes. I think I'm stuck in Red Dead for a while, guys. I'm going to try to have some more thoughts tomorrow. I'm about 20% done on the game, but I'll keep playing tonight, and I'll have some more thoughts tomorrow.
You know what? Red Dead's the type of game you don't want to stop playing because the controls are so complicated. You don't want to forget.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't
yeah.
want to forget how to like switch between different guns and things. Like,
I'm just past the point of it, like, oh my god, I'm thinking about this all the time. You know, I'm just at that point right now. You know how the Rockstar games kind of do that for it. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna have some more thoughts tomorrow, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invite Johnny Millennium on the show, either through Skype or to come on over, and I'd love to hear his thoughts on it too, and then we can. And yours as well, and we can kind of have a. Because where are you at right now?
And I think I'm behind you now.
Okay.
I'd got a head start on you, so I was a bit ahead, but now I think I'm behind you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you about that.
Yes.
Have you ever had a transcendent moment in gaming where you kind of forget you're playing a game, but to the point where it's like you start to think the game in real life? And what I mean by that, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. When I was playing Assassin's Creed 2 when it first came out, I was like in that mode where I'm super into the game. And then I had to leave the house and I went downtown.
Oh.
And I was thinking like I had to walk somewhere downtown.
Yeah.
And my brain for a second was like, oh, why don't I could climb up that building and then jump to that building and then that'll get me to where I need to be faster. And then I was like, oh no, wait, I'm not Assassin's Creed in real life. Like for a second, my brain thought that. Have you ever had like a moment like that where a game is so...
I've certainly been in, video game graphic land so often, like playing Rallycross on the Xbox or Forza or, some awesome 3D game, and then walked outside and felt like all of the world that I was seeing was just like higher resolution graphics of
this game looks really good.
Yeah, it's like, wow, the visuals are amazing in this. Oh yeah, I'm in reality right
Sun
now.
goes design. Look at the lighting.
I've certainly felt that, yes, which is really weird. I've also done, and I'm sure some of you guys have done this too. You've pinched to zoom on a magazine or a book.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Right? Or you've wanted to like physically grab some kind of data in space or a book or something and then move it over to your computer.
Yeah,
like
I've
you're
done that.
clicking on a mouse and I'll just take this and put it over. Oh my god, I can't do that. That's over. That's an analog and this is digital. It's weird. And I guess that's kind of the stuff that we're gonna figure out to be able to do all the
watch people
time.
do that when they have like AR glasses.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm sure that's coming. I mean, I read something today about 3D printed skin, and so like I think people are going to be 3D printing clothing. They'll be looking at a magazine or something like that, and then they'll say, "Oh, let's see how that looks on me."
And you just pop it into your 3D printer.
And it'll make it for you. It's like, yeah, this suit looks good.
Could you imagine if they had replicators like in Star Trek, and you could just make anything you want? You see it in a magazine, you just press a button.
I thought of an idea, actually, for amazing food. Maybe I should talk to Brad over at 8-Bit Beans. But why isn't there gamer food that's shaped like a floating turkey? You know, it could be different flavors and like could be chocolate or
like
whatever.
The
but
food from a game.
Yeah, but it's everybody has like gamer grub and gamer snacks. But why don't they make them shaped like floating turkeys and things like that you would see in games?
Yeah, like the wall chicken from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, wall chickens, right?
Probably because no one wants to eat a chicken they found in the wall.
Yeah, but I mean, no one wants to eat anything with the word gamer grub or gamer food on it. Nobody wants the word gamer on their edible thing. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well go all the way and make it a pixelated turkey.
Sell little mushroom candies.
Yeah, 100%. Right?
Well, Nintendo made cereal.
Yeah.
Do you remember that last year there was a Mario
Yeah,
cereal?
they were selling it at EGLX.
Yep.
Ah! Oh,
It was
like that blew me
basically
up.
just Lucky Charms. Because I had some. The marshmallows didn't look at all like what they looked like on the pictures.
VR Grid, I did fix the mustache. I did figure it out. It was very binary. Right, wrong. Right, wrong.
Oh, your mustache that you wore for Halloween?
Yeah. I had all the kids. I had a lot of response to my Mario costume. When I was walking down the street, I'd have people honking, "Hey, Mario, how are you?" And all the kids that came to our door for candy were like flipping out that it's Mario! Every single one. It was great. So I highly recommend you do that at some point in your life. Wear a great Mario outfit.
It's kind of shocking that Nintendo has waited this long to start really exploiting their characters. You know, I think there was the Mario movie in the early '90s, but there hasn't been a million Mario things in the world,
and the toys took a long time to get made.
When you consider, like, he's up there with Spider-Man, Batman, and Mickey Mouse.
I did have a few kids that didn't know who I was.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, which was eye-opening. I did have a few kids come to the door and they did not know what character I was.
Yeah.
But presumably they would know what the Fortnite dance is, or like what a creeper is from Minecraft or something.
Once that Mario movie comes out, and once they start getting like the rides at Universal, and they'll probably get a cartoon show out.
In the movie, right?
Yeah, they had all that stuff in like the late '80s, early '90s when Mario really got big, but. For the last 20 years or so, Nintendo's been very conservative about how they use their IP. And they're starting to change that now. Question, Vic, are you starting to watch Castlevania Season 2 yet?
Yeah, I started to watch a little bit yesterday, but it was hard to... my wife and I took turns on going out with my daughter. And so when I was at home, after I'd gone out for a bit, I started to watch that while I was waiting for trick-or-treaters, but we had a million trick-or-treaters. So my focus was pulled constantly.
Can I say something that might be a bit controversial about that?
Yes.
I tried watching a little bit of it and felt too gory.
It's pretty gory, yeah.
It's always weird to me when I see animated goriness.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it in live action, but in animated form, it feels really weird to me.
Okay. That's hard. Super Nintendo games, hard. No save points. That's one of the things about the Super NT. It does not have the save points and the restore points like the SNES Mini and some of the emulation options that are out there. I know that there's ways to hack this thing. I haven't done any of that. I haven't even firmware upgraded the thing. I've just been enjoying it. And I will firmware upgrade it. I will be looking at your ideas for other SNES titles. If you guys like me playing some of the Super Nintendo games or the Genesis titles, the classic ones, thanks, Blake. Let me know and we'll stream some more of those things. I think it's fun and valuable to look back at some of these things. I think what would be really cool is for us to be more sophisticated and maybe run an interview with one of these people that worked on something like this, and then run one of these classic games. I should try to connect with Julian Eckelbrecht, who was the founder of Factor 5, and do a little discussion with him about the glory days of his studio. That's a good one. That's another example of a production meeting while we're live streaming. Anyways, I had a lot of fun today. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back again tomorrow with another EP live, and I'll try to have some more thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2 for you. Oh, VR Grid, you are the best. Thank you so much. This was a very fun episode for me, though. Hope you guys had fun. I'm going to read through your list, so yes, please let me know what Super Nintendo games I should pick up cartridge-wise if I don't have them already, and exclude the 20 that are on the Super Nintendo Mini, okay? Take those right off of your list. But if there are other ones, I want to know what they are. And I'll probably rifle through the Super Nintendo Compendium again. Volume 2 is coming out in the spring, too, so we'll be talking about that soon. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, we've got lots of other content for you to enjoy, and if you do enjoy it, hit subscribe, hit that bell. If you want to join and become an EPN member, that would be amazing. And remember, we have merch that we have off our landing page on our website, epn.tv/merch. We'll send you in every direction, including to the 8-Bit Bean store on Amazon or 8bitbeans.com, where you can pick up the Espresso Playground. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Play forever.